This is the case that went viral due to the celebrity status of those involved and the ingenious investigative technique used. Coleen Rooney became everyone's favourite online sleuth when she uncovered her Instagram nemesis. This was a battle of wits and the fight for privacy in the world of celebrity, and social media posts and online conversations were used as concrete evidence in this case. Enter Wagatha Christie. Now, we know Coleen Rooney and Rebekah Vardy were referred to as wags, a term used by tabloids to refer to wives and girlfriends of famous football players, in this case Wayne Rooney and Jamie Vardy. The two wives, formerly friends, went head-to-head in an Instagram saga that would shock fans and the world. Coleen suspected that someone had been leaking personal details from her personal Instagram page to the British tabloid The Sun. This had been ongoing since 2017, when The Sun posted photos of Wayne Rooney with his children from Coleen's private Instagram. Wayne and Coleen had been on the rocks following a drunk driving charge against Wayne and had not announced that they were back together to the public. While this was the incident that roused Coleen's initial suspicions, the stories continued to leak. Coleen decided enough is enough and started her own investigation, a sting operation where she would plant fake stories in her posts. Cleverly, she created stories that would appeal specifically to the tabloids. She then restricted these fake stories to just one person at a time, knowing that if the story leaked, the evidence would lead her to the culprit. Let's look at the timeline. So, we know, on the 1st of November 2017, The Sun publishes a story that the Rooneys are back together after a brief split. 2017 to 2019, stories continue to emerge in The Sun regarding Coleen's personal life. 8th of April 2019, Coleen posts a fake Instagram story announcing that she is travelling to Mexico for gender selection treatment. This fake story was released by The Sun on the 15th of August. 25th of September, Coleen releases a fake Instagram story discussing her potential return to TV, which was then released in a Sun article on the 28th of September. 2nd of October, Coleen posts a fake Instagram story saying that her basement has been flooded. The subsequent article was released just 6 days later on the 8th of October 2019. 9th of October, Coleen uses social media to accuse Rebekah of selling stories from her private Instagram account to the tabloids, announcing it's Rebekah Vardy's account. The public dispute makes headlines around the world, with the hashtag Wagatha Christie trending. 23rd of June 2020, 8 months on from the original post, Rebekah launches a High Court defamation case against Coleen. 19th to the 20th of November 2020, the libel battle has its first High Court hearing in London. Mr Justice Warby largely agreed that Coleen's October 2019 post clearly identified Ms Vardy as being guilty of a serious and consistent breach of trust. 7th of July 2021, back in court, Mrs Justice Stein rules which arguments Rooney could keep in her defence argument. Between the 8th and 9th of February 2022, a series of explosive messages between Rebekah and her agent Caroline Watt are revealed at a preliminary court hearing. The court is told that Caroline Watt's phone fell into the North Sea after a boat she was on hit a wave before further information could be extracted from it. This was alleged to be a deliberate destruction of evidence. 14th of February 2022, Coleen is refused permission to bring a High Court claim against Caroline Watt. 13th of April 2022, it's announced Caroline Watt is not able to give oral evidence due to ill health. 29th of April 2022, Coleen's barrister states that Rebekah appears to accept that her agent was the source of allegedly leaked stories. Between the 10th to the 19th of May 2022, Rebekah and Coleen come face to face at the Royal Courts of Justice in London before Mrs Justice Stein. Both women give evidence. On the final day of the trial, Coleen's lawyer told the court that Rebekah was a highly unreliable witness and that she had lied under oath and deleted evidence, to which Rebekah walks out of the courtroom. 20th of May 2022, an agreed 313-page bundle of evidence is released, including Coleen's Instagram post. 29th of July 2022, Mrs Justice Stein finds that Coleen had proved that her post was substantially true. One of the main reasons that this case is so popular is the use of social media as a tool to solve a case. Coleen cleverly used the story feature on Instagram to isolate Rebekah and identify her as prime suspect. There was plenty of buzz surrounding the case as it unfolded, and hashtag #WagathaChristie became a worldwide sensation, and the world couldn't wait to see what happened next. Rebekah has since maintained her innocence, claiming that she did not leak stories to the press, and in her tell-all interview, ironically with The Sun, following the trial's outcome, she said she felt the ruling was wrong and that the legal system had failed her. Rebekah has asserted that her Instagram account had been accessed by others without her permission, and in suggesting this, made it difficult to trace the source of the leaked stories. Another point of dispute was Rebekah's evidence. Much of her evidence, mainly WhatsApp messages with her agent Caroline Watt, had been deleted. Also, her agent's phone had fallen into the North Sea, eradicating vital evidence for Rebekah's argument. A judge even ruled that it was likely that Rebekah's agent undertook the direct act of passing the information to The Sun. However, this final ruling suggests this loss of evidence was a deliberate eradication. Concluding, not only was this a trial by social media in that those involved were subject to the opinions of the public as speculations grew, but was also a social media trial in a very literal sense. Instagram was the judge, jury, and executioner in this case, as Coleen meticulously gathered her evidence against Rebekah, leaving no stone unturned in the search for justice. That's the thing about social media, it can have the uncanny ability to amass falsehoods, at times revealing the truth beneath the surface. It can also, however, create confusion, speculation, and accounts can even be vulnerable to misuse, such as in this instance. In the age of digital transparency, honesty remains the most reliable currency, as social media has an unforgiving knack for catching those who attempt to navigate its landscape otherwise.